Welcome guys to another episode of Up and Foiling, your favorite SailGP podcast.
Hi Theo, we're ready for the German SailGP event.
Big Gauss is not gonna join us, but we say hi to him. Hello Big Gauss, enjoy
Hello.
vacation. So I was on holiday last time. What happened in Great Britain?
Yeah, I was following everything and we had quite a lot of action. I think it was one of the best events. Lots of crowds showed up and we had a big battle between GBR, the home team, and the Black Foils. And in the end, it was the New Zealand team that stole the victory from GBR. They just had so much pace in that final. But something to notice is also Switzerland making it to the final. With Federer, the famous tennis player, giving some advice to the team, and it must have worked because Switzerland made it to the final. So maybe Yannick Sinner can give some advice to the Italian group. Who knows? And let's see if that happens again. But talking about Italy, they had their best performance yet with a 5th place, I believe. And then Australia. Australia was there trying to make it into the final, but they were pretty angry because they had a penalty that made them go back all the way back in the fleet to pass behind another boat. And this penalty, well, was a bit tricky. Not everybody agrees on the penalty. So let us know in the comments what you thought about that one.
Yeah, so I hear a lot of action now. So I was also very surprised to read the results and see Switzerland in the final. I don't remember this season Switzerland in the last fleet.
It's the first final ever for the Swiss team, so great result for them.
I hope then also Italy could do the same, but I was also surprised to see some reels of an unexpected competitor in one of the fleets. So how did that happen, Ricky?
Yeah, it was a pretty crazy moment. They were all lining up for the start, and you know how tricky it is because they want to hit the line fast as possible, and you have practically a wall of boats, right? Being 12 in the fleet, they all want to accelerate maximum speed with the wind coming from their side, and then all of a sudden you see this rogue sailing boat heading into the course, and that was very hairy. And I must say it felt like it took quite a long time for the committee to call the start off. So yeah, very hairy moment. I don't know what happened there with that boat slipping through the checks, and wow, they got a first line view of all the action for sure.
It's like these people that try to run into the football pitch to hug Messi or Ronaldo, yeah. I guess. But I think it never happened before. So I was also wondering, how do they handle the security? But that's maybe a topic for another episode. But I guess it's pretty complicated.
Yeah, they have patrol boats going around, but sometimes it does happen that boats end up, there's currents, and it's not so easy as on land where you can just stay still. With the boats are all moving around, and we from home we can see the graphics where the boundary ends and where the spectator fleet can be. But in the sea, there's no clear line, so it's very hard to keep track of that. And sometimes we've seen in the past, also in the America's Cup, where during the start procedure especially, the boats end up having to maneuver between spectator boats that are really, compared to the speeds of these foiling boats, they're really obstacles. So yeah, sketchy moments there also in the past.
So if anybody who is listening wants to go there with their own boat, good luck for you that you have a boat. But also be careful because you don't have augmented reality in real life. But yeah. I'm pretty sure that now in the country we are heading to, they will be very, very strict and very, very precise because this country is super famous for respecting the rules and being super strict. And that's the country I live in. It's Germany.
So tell us about Sassnitz. This particular name, it's not Saint-Tropez, it's Sassnitz, as you said, not a typo. Where's Sassnitz?
That was from a real story. When we were preparing this episode, I thought it was a typo and we were heading to Saint-Tropez, but then I realized it's actually a German city. But I'm not surprised that much because the names of German cities, well, they don't have many vowels in it sometimes. So Sassnitz, actually, I had to check on Google Maps, of course, because I live exactly at the opposite point of Germany. So Sassnitz is in the very north part on the little amount of coast that Germany has, and it's exactly between Denmark and Germany. Is a little kind of island connected to the Germany with a bridge, and it's in the direction more in the direction of the boundary with Poland, so a little bit in the east side. To be honest, I've never been there, but it's not one of these like places that I have in my holiday wish list. To be completely honest,
Not you, but maybe Germans too.
Germans actually are very happy to go to the sea in the north, but I've been there once for work, more or less there, and yeah, okay, I have been there. I will go somewhere else. Anyway, Ricky, you are definitely more experienced than me in reading the location where SailGP is sailing. So I ask you, it's the first time Germany
Yes.
hosts a SailGP event. So what is special? What is new about this little island?
So they have this confined area of water by a dam, a land dam that goes around and makes this port kind of setting. So we expect the water to be flat, and of course, being the Baltic Sea, there in this area we do not expect big currents. So flat waters, and the forecast is looking pretty windy for Saturday. So that means the boats will be flying super fast on those T-foils. We'll see the boats pushed at the limit, hopefully, especially when there's super flat conditions. So small mistakes will be critical, of course. And yeah, talking about Germany, first event in Germany, we'll see how many fans show up because there's the big grandstands there. And those are really a spectacle to see. It's nice to have all the crowds doing like, wow, wow, when action goes on. And it's close to Denmark, so a lot of Danish fans will be there too, I expect, supporting the Danish team that's been doing really well this year.
It will be definitely kind of a rivalry on the grandstand, I would say, between Germany and Denmark.
Probably,
I
yes.
mean, I think Denmark has a longer history in SailGP than Germany. Germany just entered this championship last year in the previous season, and they actually got their first fleet win last year in Sydney. So something that we wish also for our team, just as a little parenthesis. But it didn't take long for them to have their own home event, and this is this year. It's kind of it puts definitely a lot of pressure on a team, I would say, especially for a team like Germany that had this season quite some high but mostly lows, including this quite sketchy incident with Brazil that costed them 12 points in the overall standing. So now they are at 0 point, last together with US, I think. And yeah, now they definitely cannot fight for the win of the championship, but they fight for the honor, I would say, at least next weekend.
Yeah, definitely. They'll have to make up for how their season is going or change something in the team. And you know, you have their owner of the team, Sebastian Vettel. He's a champion. He's used to winning, and so you'll want to see some changes, I think, because they're stuck on 0 points after 8 events. That must be terrible. Of course, they've made 12 points, but then they're gone minus 12, so they're back to 0, and they're stuck all the way at the bottom with the US team. So they're really doing bad. The 2 worst teams, I think, of the season so far. So giving a look at the leaderboard, how is it looking, the overall scoreboard, Theo?
Yeah, the overall scoreboard is actually pretty interesting, in my opinion, after 8 events where the winner gets 10 points. We have a group of 4 teams, namely Black Foils, Australia team. I don't want to read that new name because it's too complicated for me. Then also Los Gallos, they changed the name. I'm completely lost. And Emirates, GBR, thank you. They keep their own name, which are just 4 points away one of each other. So they are, I would say, the perfect candidates for getting to the last event and getting into the final, the real final. Canada was also, it's now 5th, and was also kind of really on the tail of this group before the England or Great Britain event. Now they are at 41 points, so they have 13 points. They are 13 points away from the leader. It's not impossible to go back, but they kind of need some star alignment to get back or to become the leader.
Nice one, Theo. Yeah, definitely. They had a bit of a flop weekend. They got an 8 in Portsmouth, and yeah, unless you're in the top 3, top 4, scoring the big end of the points, then you fall back pretty quickly. Still 5 events to go, so pretty long way yet. But it really looks like the teams we always talk about, the stronger ones, they're always there in the end, one way or another. They're really battling out for the victory.
Yeah, these four teams, yeah, they are the greatest, I would say, master of sailing. So with big names inside, and they don't disappoint. Every event they are always there. Or they might have maybe one event where they don't score a lot of points, but then they come back stronger and stronger. It's really impressive how they manage to do that.
Yeah, and I must say it's good for the point scoring that SailGP has adopted, because it keeps all the ranking very close. It keeps us guessing, and yeah, we can talk about the top 4 that then will have to make it in the final, being 3. A lot of people have asked the CEO of SailGP to abolish the one race final, but it stands for this year. We'll see what happens next year, and yeah, we're very hyped for this German event. And I think we can wrap it up here, Theo. What do you think?
So just remember to our follower the race time for this weekend. So the race on Saturday will be from 3:30 to 5 p.m. Of course, Central European summertime, and as well same times for Sunday. So yeah, that's a wrap for our preview for the Germany event.
I like your German style precision, Theo. See you all to our followers, and let us know what you think after the Germany SailGP. Enjoy it!
All right.